Hey campers, George here, back in the man cave. Yeah, sharp and shiny things again, what can I say? Can't get away from him. For a moment there I thought spring was here, but oh, no, not really. It's been raining and the temperature dropped. They even said there could be a chance of snow. What do? You come in the man cave and you look at your new sharp and shiny thing you just got. So, here it is, and this is from Condor Tool and Knife. I do own a Condor product, and that is the Bush Law. And I got to say, I was impressed with that knife. It is a solid knife. It really works well, and to me, it's a true bushcraft knife. It really works and does its job well. Thick, strong, well made. I bought a Hudson Bay camping knife for my eldest daughter. And it was a monster. That thing could do some serious damage. Even nice knife. Once again, well made, solid, works like a charm. So went back and had a look and see what else they got. Actually, I went back to them when I was looking at hatchets, and I decided to get a marbles instead, simply because it was a product line that I had never dealt with before, and I'm always trying to, willing to check out other people and see how they're doing. And this is the Condor Tool and Knife Swamp Romper. You can see here it comes in the box. It has a bunch of information and things like that on it. It has a pamphlet from Condor showing their products. It actually shows the 2020 product line. And I did buy something extra for it, and that is a fire starter. And it's just a ferro rod. Thought I'd give these guys a try. I do own a couple of sheets that do allow you to put a ferro rod in it, and I thought it was time to actually use them. So I was trying out this guy, and we'll have a look at that. The Condor Tool and Knife Swamp Romper. And as you can see, it comes with a sheath, and it does have a dangler on it. Typical of Condor Tool and Knife, the sheath is solid. Nice thick leather, well made, stitching looks good. Don't see any problems there. It does say on the back here, and as you know, Condor Tool and Knife is in El Salvador. They make all their products there. And then you have the Condor logo on the front, and it's a really nice solid sheath. Kind of what I expected based on what I had from them before. Like I said, it has the ferrocerium rod holder on it there. Nice sheath. I really like this sheath. It's probably better than the other ones I have. Good start. Plastic. It actually has a coating on it when it comes. And if you look at it here it is here, you can see there is a coating on here. The reason it has the coating on there is that this is carbon steel. And as you all know, that'll rust. And, it's getting shipped all over the world and everything. So they do put a film on it. I'm not sure what it is. But a little bit of alcohol, and it comes right off. I've just taken it straight out of the box, so it still has it on there. And this guy comes in weighing at I think it was 9.92 ounces. Not bad. It is a fairly big knife. I thought, to be honest, it would be bigger. When I looked at it, I compared it to my Bush Law, just in my mind while I was looking at it, and it looked a lot bigger, and I think it's because of the blade. The blade gives the impression of being a lot bigger. It's a little deeper, and it's a different shape. Obviously, it almost looks like a Scandi grind. It's a nice looking blade. On the blade, it does say Condor El Salvador right there. And then here it has the name, and it says, you can see it right there. It says Swamp Romper. So let's have a look at some dimensions on this thing. So obviously the total length, my tape measure is getting a little beaten up here. 9 1/4 inches I would give it. Maybe a little bit over that, 9 1/4 inches. The blade from the handle to the tip, just over 4 1/4. Depth of the blade at the widest point, 1 1/4. Full tang. Good looking knife. walnut handle, and it has the 3 holes in here, which is a little different. I will say that just looking at it, I don't know if you can see that. This is a little rough. I can feel that. That one feels good. That one feels good. Just seems a little rough on the middle one here. But I think, you know, just a little bit of sandpaper. It's the wood that's sticking up and the glue or whatever they used on it. And of course you can use this as a lanyard hole. And it has a ferrule in it, so nice touch. Shape of the handle, like I said, it is walnut. Fairly standard for Condor Tool and Knife. For me, it's always been a good fit. Their handles, all of them have been really good. I've really liked the fit, and it does have your guard there. And on the side here, it doesn't feel very 90 degrees, which kind of surprises me, but I think it might have to do with the film that's on it. If not, clean it up yourself. Now, one thing I did want to do was show you how it looks compared to the bush law. Now here is my Condor bush law. And you can see the handle shape and everything is similar. The blade is different. This is that almost like a drop point or a spear point, which is more bushcraft style blade. Now, almost the same length. And you look at the handles, very similar. And the big difference is the blades. You can see it there on the blades. They obviously are totally different. More of a hunting style, and it has that deep belly. So fairly close, but the same size as the bush law, which kind of surprised me. I did see on a lot of reviews, people complain that hard to get out. I'm not having that issue. I really am not. It comes out just fine, and I'd rather it be hard to come out than lose it. And like I said, it does have that ferro rod holder, and I got this one from, can't pronounce the name, Overleben. You can see it right there. Give you some nice starter material for the fire. Bottle opener on it, has some measurements there for a map, for example. And just regular measurements on the back. A nice sharp 90 there. Wow. Very sharp 90 there. And of course, the ferro rod. Nice little wood handle on it. Nice and plain, nothing fancy. And hopefully it's going to fit in here. Let's see. Oh, tight fit. Good thing. And you can see right there. And that'll work for me. I like that. Probably going to put a rubberized or elastic lanyard on this just to hook around. Do I need this? Not really. I don't want it on there. I'd rather not have it on there. So, and just to hook it around there to secure it a little bit more. Overall, like I said, general overall look. I like it. Nice knife. Is it sharp? Here's a piece of paper. Oh. Yeah. It would be a nice camp knife. Certainly a very nice camp knife. Could you use it for bushcraft? Pretty sure you could. I mean, the blade's not perfect, but it'll work, and it's the right size. Condor Tool and Knife, Swamp Romper. And like you saw in the beginning, I did put the specs out there for you. It's time to go outside. Wood. Let's go and cut up a piece of wood. Chop it up, slice it, curl it, and beat it up in general, and see if we can do some nice things with a piece of wood. And will it work as a bushcraft and as a camp knife? Now, before I forget, carbon steel. And we all know what that means, right? It will rust. So, Condor Tool and Knife, carbon steel. Will rust if not properly maintained. After every use, clean and wipe down with light rust-proofing oil. There you go. Don't forget your wood handles. I don't know how they treat them. I like to use a linseed oil on it, boiled linseed oil. I like to put that on at least once a year and maintain it. Just like anything, if you clean it after use, keep it clean, store it safely and look after it, it'll last you a long time and you'll get your money's worth out. And speaking of money, this guy came in at just over $50. I think it was like $56. And for me, that's getting outside of my budget. But I got to say, for $50, this compared to other $50 knives is way ahead of the game. So I don't mind spending that kind of money on it. Well, I do, but I like the knife. I think I might be using this a little bit more. Let's go play. So here we are out in the South 40, and I just wanted to show you how it sits on my belt with the sheath. And there you can see it does hang pretty low, and it does have a leg tie, which to me kind of defeats the object, but when you sit down, the knife does stay vertical. Very nice, solid. And I think it's going to rain pretty soon, so we're going to have to get through this test, hopefully before it does rain. If not, we'll run into the shed and just finish it off there. So a couple of things I want to do with it. One is chop a piece of wood. So I got me a piece of wood that I used last time on the last knife that I did. So we'll just use that again. There's enough left. I clean it off here a little bit. And yeah, it gets through that. This is not really that soft a wood now that it's starting to dry up. When I first used it, it was still pretty wet. And you can see there it just gets right through, slicing through the bark, no problem. So first thing we want to do is, like I said, chopping with it, it doesn't have enough strength. I mean, it will do that better than the Bushlaw would, just because of the shape of the blade. But this is not what I want to do with it. By the way, I haven't cleaned off that covering that it comes with, so you can see it did chop into it. Not the way I would do it. I would bludgeon with it, so let's do it that way. You can see there it gets right through. Obviously you don't have to cut all the way through. You know, you can if you want to, but a good sharp crack and you can see it cut through no problem. Let's see if we can just clean this up, round it off, and it does a good job there. Will it make a notch? Sure it will, no problem, but no harm, no foul. Let's make a notch. Let's make it number 7. Something different. Straight down into it. It's your stop cut, and then gonna get into it. Number 7. I mean, as you can see here, it does all the chores that you want it to do. Not surprising. I will say that the blade is a little bit thinner than the Bushlaw, and with that in mind, I think hopefully we can get better curls out of it because it's not as wide. You get thinner curls, but we'll see how that works. Can I put a hole in it with that? Let's see. Oh, yeah. It digs in there, no problem. I see no problem here. it's not going to make an ideal hole. You can see it there, simply because of the shape of the tip of the blade. With the bush law, comes into that point which is just better suited for making a hole, but it'll do the job. Here. Nice thin slices, no problem. How's that tip? Yeah, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. It's a strong tip, actually. I like that idea. So we know we can bludgeon and everything with it. Let's see what we can do with curls. Now let's stick here. Let's see. This is not ideal, but it'll show. Kind of a big stick. Oh wait. This is basswood. Not a good example, but you can see basswood is really easy to carve, so that's not going to work. Let's batten a piece of wood and then make quills. This is hard. This wood here it's kind of hard. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a solid piece of wood. Well, it got through it. Let's see if it'll feather. Feathered fine. Not the ideal piece of wood, but it's kind of really a hard wood. I wonder what it is. If it's an oak. May very well. It does it, so it'll do the job. Always wondered about these tests we do. I think most knives should be able to feather. Has to be pretty bad condition not to be able to feather. So, well, let's strike a ferro rod. Let's find out. I'm going to try this guy and see how it does. So the first thing we're going to have to do is get rid of that coating. Here you can see it throws a good spark. Need to clean that covering off because I can feel now where I've been striking that coating's coming off, so it works. Now I have to see if this thing works. Oh, nice. That works pretty good. Can't complain about that. Timber. Like I said, this is hardwood, but you can see the tinder it's making there. So these things actually work. I normally just throw them away. The back. Oh yeah. Not an ideal piece of wood, but you can see it will give you some good fire starter there. I'm pretty impressed with this piece of wood though. It's solid. Man. Alright. Not bad. I like it. Certainly wouldn't use it for bushcraft. I don't think it's suited for bushcraft. I think this is more of a camp knife. It has that deep blade which makes me think that maybe even a hunting knife, this would work, and you could skin with it when you cleaned up the blade. Yeah. One thing I did notice is that if you look at the handle on this side and you look at the wood, okay, and I turn it around, it's different. These are two different pieces of wood. Totally different. Does it matter? No. Does it work? Yeah. Who cares, right? I mean, it would be nice if they'd been the same. Does it make a difference to actual working with the knife? No. I like their products. I think they do a good job. What do you think? Let me know in the description below. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back with something sharp and shiny. Maybe we go fish, walkabout, camp, road trip maybe. Who knows? I don't. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there.